What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So there's something really important I want to talk about. I really need you guys to listen. You guys know, if you guys are a fan of my work, or if you guys like what I have to talk about, if you guys are enjoying the content and you enjoy what I bring to the table as a content creator, you'll understand that I'm really about you achieving peak potential. Christ. Let's say that again. Achieving peak potential and becoming the best version of you. There are things that a lot of guys are doing, and it's setting them up for failure, and it's setting you up for a lot of heartbreak and turmoil down the road. And I want to explain a few things and talk about what that is. So for the title of this video, it's going to be always be prepared for them to leave. That's probably what I'll name it. And if you're new around here, hit that subscribe button and the like, and send a comment my way if you have any questions about this topic, okay? Because honestly, I feel like this is going to be one of those subjects that's up for debate a little bit, because your behavior is going to be in question. But I'll give you guys tips on how to do this properly and how to make sure that you are benefiting from this as best as you can be. So you're probably thinking, why should I always be prepared for my spouse to leave? Is that not depressing? Yeah, it is. It's a little bit depressing, but it's a sad fucking reality of the world, okay? This might be a little bit cynical sounding. This might be something that you might say, oh, he's just been through some shit and he's probably just regurgitating his feelings from the past. Well, just so you know, I am in a relationship, okay? I went into the relationship years ago. As I've grown through the relationship and learned more about the risks and certain things that come with long-term relationships and the way our society is going, I've chosen to stay in it because I've been through heartbreak before. I get over heartbreak pretty quickly, and I'm not that attached to a specific outcome because I enjoy the person's company. But if they were to leave, I know I'd be completely fine. So I choose to participate in this and those risks because I like it better that way. But that's the point of what I'm trying to tell you on this channel. And you can participate if you want to. I just want you to know the risks, and I want you to know what risks marriage take and what risks long-term relationships can have on your progress as a man and what you're supposed to be doing here on this planet. There's risks for everything. For me, it's better in my eyes to be where I am right now, and I enjoy the person I'm with, and I'm happy and all that. Of course, not every relationship's perfect, and I know what comes with the territory when it comes to that. But I don't want you guys to think that I'm coming from a single man's perspective, that I'm cynical and somebody just broke up with me and all that shit. No, I'm still with my girlfriend right now. And I will actually go into a lot more about risk and what risks that you take when you're in a long-term relationship or a marriage, or what women's impact on your life has on you, and whether you should choose to be with that person or not. So let's go into a little bit more what's going on in this actual fucking video. So always be prepared for them to leave you. Just being alive for as long as I've been alive for, which is 28 years. You have the internet. You have a lot of access to videos, to articles, to anything Google has to offer. You can fucking search it. I obviously wanted to learn this material as much as I could, that I could teach it. And I wanted to know why women were the way they were, and why relationships are so weird these days, and why men are men and why women are women, and what's going on with feminism and what's going on with our society. And that's a whole other bag of fucking biscuits right there. So basically, as I was coming across all this material and learning from other people and learning how to take this all in, really, and how to learn, what to do. What I found is, when it comes to being with a woman and when it comes to anything long-term, feelings and love and anything that's got to do with a female's emotions and that stuff, nothing's guaranteed. Nothing is guaranteed at all. And nothing is going to be, and this is where men fool themselves, because men will say, oh, if I marry her, she's not going to leave. Well, that's why there's something called divorce, and that's why there's divorce lawyers. And if you really want to hear some shit, go talk to a divorce lawyer. Go find a divorce lawyer's website and maybe they have like articles on divorce and shit like that. And I know that's like shitty. It's shitty. It sucks. Like, it really sucks that nothing is for sure. And it's, you should always be prepared for them to leave. You should always be prepared for them to, you know, move on from you, because women need not to be bored. Women don't like being bored. They want new things. They want new experiences. So do men, really. But women need it a lot more than men do, in my opinion. This is why you need to grow as a man and start, you know, becoming better and better and better, because this is what she's going to expect from you. Okay? And you should expect this of yourself. That's a good thing. Okay? You should be getting better. You should be becoming the best version of yourself. You should be trying to do that. But fuck, man, is it ever difficult? Isn't it? Because there's shit that hits you in life. There's shit that sucks. Like, you go through a death in the family. You lose your job. Something traumatic enough where it hurts your psyche a bit. And your ego gets bruised. And no matter what you go through, they always expect you to be growing and becoming better and never to be stagnant. Now, they'll never tell you this out loud. They'll never tell you, hey, you know, you're being a little bit stagnant this week. Some women might. I don't know, but I've never been with one. But what they'll do is they'll say it in a different way. And this is one thing about communication that you guys really need to learn. They always say communication is key. And I think I've said that in a video before, but that's not what I mean. What I mean is females and men don't communicate the same way. Men are just different when it comes to communicating with each other. Females will listen to how you communicate and how you say it, and if you hold up on your word and the emotional, the deeper side to it. Instead of her coming to you and saying, you're being stagnant this week, she'll just be a little bit cold towards you, expecting you to understand why she's doing that, because she'll expect you to analyze what's going on from the last week or two or whatever. And she'll be like, she'll go a little bit cold towards you. Maybe she doesn't even understand why she's being cold towards you. Maybe it's a subconscious thing. Who fuck knows? But she'll be cold towards you, and she'll try to get you to understand why, because she doesn't want to teach you how to be a man, because that not being stagnant is something that we're supposed to not do anyways. We're supposed to be moving forward and keeping it rolling. You know what I mean? And you're probably thinking, what the fuck? Like, how am I supposed to fucking know that? I know. And this is where you come to channels like this and other material that you want to read on the internet out there. There's a plethora of them. And really digest red pill material. Really digest material about becoming the best version of you and why. There's a reason these channels are starting to come out, and there's a reason why, because there are men that are just tired of not knowing, and they want to grow and they want to become better, and this is how evolution happens, right? So the real point of all this is always be prepared for them to leave you, because you never know what's going to happen. You don't know, okay? No one knows. But I'll tell you this. Divorce lawyers are rich. Divorce lawyers, they're one of those businesses that's going to keep staying in society, and they're going to keep staying around. Look at some look at some stories out there of like long marriages just ending out of nowhere. Look at those and really take that in. Now, I understand it's depressing. I understand you're probably thinking, Kyle, why the fuck would I want to go look at that? Because I want you to understand that ignorance is not bliss when it comes to this, okay? You need to know this stuff, and you need to be prepared. And how do you prepare yourself? Okay, so you're probably wondering, what the fuck do you do to prepare yourself? What do you do? What do I do, Kyle, to prepare myself for her to leave? Well, I would put a little bit of money aside. I would have, if you live in a city and you've been living in a city for a while and you like where you live and you don't really want to move away. I just got a new subscriber. So if you don't want to move away, and what I would do is like literally put an action plan in place. If she were to leave me right now, you go and like, this is what I would do. Now, depending on how the relationship ends, it might be rushed, because if she cheats on you and she's in the apartment with another fucking guy, you might want to get the fuck out of there quickly. Or if it's kind of, if it rolls along nicely and everything's cool and it takes a couple months for you to get your shit out and figured out, then have a place ready. Have not a place ready. Like, don't pay for a place outside of your relationship, just to go there, but have a place picked out and have an idea of where you want to go. Maybe your parents are still alive. Maybe you could stay with them for a while until you get your feet, till you get back on your feet. That's completely fucking fine. Okay. You just can't stay there, and you can't stay stagnant just because some bullshit happened to you. You need to keep it moving. I would have a little bit of money put aside. I would have a place that I would choose when the relationship ends to go. Just go there. You know what I mean? Just have that idea in your head. Just be prepared of where you'd want to go, because when you're looking for places, it's a lot harder and it's a lot easier when you kind of have an idea, right? Keep your friends around because they will help you. Okay. Especially if they're good friends, if they're people that truly care about you and care about your progress and care about your emotional self, then they're going to want to help you and they're going to want to be there for you. Okay. Some people would say, like, I don't really do this personally because I don't ever have a problem meeting women and getting a phone number. But what you can do is have, a couple phone numbers just in case. You never know, right? So, and when you're still in the relationship, big fucking disclaimer, big fucking thing I want you to understand. When you're in the relationship and when you are dating her, when you guys are just being together, living, cohabiting, whatever, when you guys are together, don't tell her and don't act like you have a place to run to, and don't act like you have, just don't tell her. Don't be weird about it. Don't be like, oh, I know you're going to leave me. Don't be like, I know you're going to do it someday. I know. Like, don't, make sure. I hope everybody gets to the end of this fucking video, because don't do that. Don't put that on her face, because that's just weird. Okay. But this is something that you should do as a man, and just keep this to yourself and always be ready, because it can happen, and it most likely will happen to almost everybody that watches this. And it could happen to me, knowing all I know. Right? And I'm always ready. I'm ready I know where I would go, and I know what I would do. And it would take me about 6 months, most likely, to want to get clear, get emotionally ready to move forward. And it takes time to get over somebody that you've been with for a long time. But again, like, I would never beg. I would never do anything. If somebody wants out, I feel like I'm a pretty big prize. You know what I mean? In my own eyes, I feel like I have a lot to bring to the table in a relationship, especially knowing what I know. There's very little things that there's a lot that I know about being with somebody and stuff like that. So without the resources part, there's that, because that's a big part. I know what I bring to the table, and you guys should know this too, because you guys are valuable. You just don't know yet how valuable you are until you prove it to yourself. I don't want this video to be too fucking boring, and I don't want it to be too wild. So just be prepared and know where you come from, and know how valuable you really are. And if somebody wants to leave, if my woman wanted to leave me right now, I'd be like, of course I would. Okay. I can't be all macho and be like, oh my God, like, bye. But I would be like, all right, like, this sucks. This blows. I enjoy your company. I enjoy you as a person. But again, I know the risks. I choose to be in this position. I like where I am. And this is my preference. Some guys would rather go out there and start dating 15 fucking women at a time. I couldn't do that. It would drive me insane. I would be like, holy fuck, like, who the fuck? Fuck it. Like, it's just too much energy. But I like being here, and I like where I am. It's just better this way for me. Okay? For you guys, if you guys want to go out there and do that, go do that. Fuck, man. Who cares? Live your life. But again, always be prepared for them to leave you. Always. It's never, because again, you're on your own. You're on your own. When you cohabit with somebody, they're choosing to be with you day by day. It's like a day by day contract. And then someday you might turn them off so bad that they're like, fuck this. Or it might be like through a week or two of shit. And they're going to be like, you know what? I'm not down for this. So anyway, if you have any problems with this concept, or if you want to learn a little bit more, I do have a membership program. I want you guys to join. It's a part. You're gonna be part of my men's community. We're gonna have some wild shit going on Facebook, some group chats, some lives, so you guys can get the best information out to you, and so you can learn from other people's mistakes and so on and so forth. And I'll be able to really, really drill down into your issues and help you guys out there. And I have a Telegram group and individuals that I talk to. You don't have to be in a group. It's not a group in Telegram totally. You can message me individually and we can make a group if we want to. I never thought about that actually. And what we can do is we can talk about your issue one-on-one. I can voice chat with you, video call with you, whatever. And it's for a low monthly cost. If you guys want to know about that, go to powerfulrelationships27@gmail.com. Send me your issues there and let me know what you guys want to do first. Oh, so you get 50% off the Skype one-on-one coaching with me. So, all right, guys, I'm done. Fucking done.